to the Motocross Supercross podcast.
What is up? Welcome to the Motocross Supercross podcast. Adam here from Key West, Florida. Little end of the season break, but Claudio's also here. What's up, Claudio?
What's up, man? I'm not quite there yet, but and I won't be. But yeah,
I was gonna say yet. What do you mean yet? Where are you coming from?
Oh well, might be on my way.
Hey, well, I gotta tell you, man, it's nice down here, but it is a little louder, not in the studio. So obviously you don't get that, got us a little echo and stuff going on, but hopefully it's not too bad for all the listeners out there. But man, it feels good to be in Key West, that's for sure.
Yeah, I guess I don't know, but a well-deserved vacation.
Well, I don't know about well-deserved, but it is well-received. That's for sure.
There you go.
It's it's gonna be super nice all week. Nothing better than just being at the beach, and it's like its own little world down here. So I'm gonna put some MXSX podcast stickers up on the little famous, tourist attractions and
everywhere.
We got to represent no matter where we go.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, and then if you guys are down in Key West, we look for Adam. He'll be the goofy guy walking around with a fanny pack. He'll probably have a fanny pack.
Yeah, I have a fanny pack and a towel on my shoulder, and probably be way more drunk than everyone else. And everyone's pretty drunk down here, so you might be easy to find, but might not. Might be passed out somewhere.
Yeah, he might be walking right next to someone who looks kind of like him.
Hey, that is true. That could happen too. There's a good chance of that. Definitely.
Yes, if you see two people,
you're not seeing double. Well, you are seeing double. If you see four of us, then you're seeing double.
Yeah. Then you should stop drinking.
Hey, never down here. Party's on for us, but for all the riders and stuff, it's back to work. It's 1 week. The next weekend is motocross starting up, so
that's right. Hangtown, May 19th, if I'm not mistaken. We got the first round of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross series. A little sad that Supercross it's ending, or it ended, but
you know what else ended? Arenacross.
That's where I was going to. Yeah, man.
Like Supercross, and we're like sad because Supercross like ended for the season, but Arenacross, they're done for good.
Yeah, at least for this year coming up, they are done. I guess Feld Motorsports decided to cut loose the Arenacross series, and yeah, this is gonna be a series that I never kind of understood.
Well, they just never had compared to like the Supercross, they got like zero fans. Like they were in like tiny arenas, not many people were coming out. The broadcast wasn't the most entertaining. It looked like they're in like a dark like hole almost compared to like the production they do for the Supercross races. So
yeah, but I feel like they still had a good season. There were some big teams over there. There was money moving, and I went to one in Tampa, I want to say a couple of years ago, not last season, but the season before. And that was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. They had the race here at the Emily Arena, home of your Tampa Bay Lightning. Go to the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't want to say anything, Penguins are out. And
yeah, I like I said, I don't follow hockey that much, but I do know the Penguins did not beat the Capitals. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, like I just never understood the whole Arenacross thing. I didn't understand the green background. I didn't understand, just all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess it doesn't matter anymore because, like we just said, Arenacross is done. There was a lot of rumors throughout the season. Nothing really, that came to conclusion. But yeah, after Vegas, they announced that there's no longer a Arenacross series or an AMSOIL Arenacross series. But there will be for next season the Supercross Futures amateur events.
That's right. And I think this year I don't know this for sure, but it seems like, you know how Atlanta, Anaheim 2, and like Daytona, and I think maybe even one more, they had maybe Glendale. Tampa. They had the amateur races the day after.
Tampa. We went to it.
Yeah, exactly. We went to the one in Tampa, but it looks like that is going to be kind of the Supercross Futures. Like on the day after, they'll cut down the track a little bit.
That's exactly what's gonna be. They're actually, I don't know about cutting the track, but they'll
cut down the jumps and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure they, like the one in Tampa, that was crazy how they just switched it overnight. And,
oh yeah, they changed it way up
completely, and I guess it's it's gonna give the amateur riders a good feeling for the big stage, and.
Yeah, I think that track will be better than the Arenacross tracks, because the Arenacross track, it had the exact same layout like every weekend. The big start that loops around, then you do the rhythm section, and then you go over the finish, and it was just like, it's just the same. So it's kind of cool that they'll be running the same tracks if this is exactly what's going to be happening.
Yeah, I think they're doing 8. Yes. Races next year compared to, I think they did only 4 this last year. So,
well, compared to Arenacross, because Arenacross went every weekend, pretty much every weekend. Supercross did, so they're still getting like half the races, which pretty much sucks.
Yeah, well, they're trying to focus more on the, they're trying to separate that amateur to the professional riders, and I think they just saw a lot of potential with those teams that they have for Arenacross, like the big teams, like what you call the factory guys. I guess they're all going to be moving to the 250 class, which is going to make it, I want to say, a little bit more competitive, but it's going to suck for those guys that are just trying to make it out there as a privateer. Like, you have your guys that show up on the track with their bike on their truck type thing,
Yeah, but maybe more privateers can get, some support. So maybe that can help that way.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then maybe, I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen after, next year with all this happening. And so, yeah, there's going to be 8 events next year. They're going to race on Sunday after the Supercross, just like they did this year. The guys will have the opportunity to earn their points toward the professional AMA license or Supercross license. So that's kind of cool. It's also going to take out the road to Supercross thing,
Wasn't that Ricky Carmichael's thing? The Ricky Carmichael road to Supercross.
Yeah, that was one of his thing, and I'm sure he has a lot to do with the whole switch, as we saw, there's a lot of people interested on this amateur events after Supercross night. They had an average of 700 entries in each one that they did. So definitely, there's a good turnout. That's a decent turnout for a race, and just I don't know.
I definitely like them linking it. Being more associated with Supercross than Arenacross being its own separate thing. So I think that's good, but only 8 races. That kind of sucks for those other riders because.
Well, I feel like they're going to. Well, who are the riders though?
The Arenacross riders, because they were running every weekend.
Well, they'll be running the 250 series though. They'll be jumping into the 250 class.
Yeah, but don't they got to get their points first? They got to get their.
Supercross
license.
I feel like if you're riding the professional class or whatever it is, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand their classes, but I know they have a bunch. I think you already got your pro license, Yeah,
we'll have to see how it works and if they're still going to keep the other amateur classes and stuff along with it.
I think they're just trying to move. Like, all these guys are just kind of dominating the sport over there and giving the opportunity to those guys that are trying to come up the sport. So I don't know. I'm
because one thing we saw is they made, whenever we went to that Tampa race, like whenever they cut down the track, they made the track so easy. Like there was nothing difficult. Like there was like 65s doing like everything. And at least with the Arenacross, they'd at least have like that big finish line catapult jump or like those rhythms you could like do different things in. So the thing, if they add those little classes, then they end up cutting the track down way too much.
Well, I think you're looking at more like the amateur, the Supercross Futures amateur events are going to be for amateurs only. They're going to be for your A class rider, for B class rider, your C class riders. It's not going to be for those pro riders. So they're just I think they're just pushing/helping out grow those teams that are quote unquote dominating the sport in Arenacross.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm definitely curious to see how it goes. We know Supercross viewership increased 5% over the last year, and 27% rise among the coveted 18 to 34 male demographics. So that is, we already know Supercross is growing. It's super popular.
Monster Energy Supercross is super popular.
Yeah, they said the Fox the Fox network Fox race of Salt Lake City had like 836,000 viewers, and that was like the most of any race they've ever had on Fox. I think they broke
the record from last year too.
Oh yeah, it was definitely up. It was way up. Last year was only like 600,000, so that's a pretty big jump there. That's super big.
The sport is growing, and I think that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to involve more teams into it and make it more legit. But I feel, I don't know, this is my opinion, but I think there should be more regulations on, just to make it a little bit more even, and I think that's where they're going with that, and I think that's what they're trying to do when they bring in all these teams from Arenacross to I'm gonna go with the 250 platform.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. It's big news though about Arenacross, because all those people who've been racing it for however long.
Yeah,
it's been around a while.
Yeah, definitely, and that was one of the things that whenever I first read this article, I was like, well, that was like a whole different world. That was a whole different thing over there. Like people were doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Now they have to kind of just move into this big stage type thing. Like I don't think you're gonna see any of those guys riding the Sunday, the Sunday race. You'll see them riding the Saturday race.
Yeah, they just get forced up pretty much, because that's one thing we saw whenever at Tampa. There was a lot of local riders there, a lot. It seemed like there was like some obviously that traveled, but it was like most of it was local, bunch of local people.
Well, we're here in Florida, we have a big amateur.
That's true.
Followed.
That's true.
We are probably the second state with the most riders, after California. You can ride here all year long. You can practice here all year long. A lot of these pro riders are based here in Central Florida. So it didn't surprise me that we saw as many people as we did. And it wasn't not only here, like like I said, in every single event. They only did like 4, I think, and in every single event, they had an average of 700 entries. That's huge, man.
Yeah, that is big. Did you see Anderson saying how he hates Florida? Did you see him say that? He said it a couple times in a couple different places. But yeah, he was just saying like how he does not like Florida at all. He definitely likes California way better.
Don't hate, man.
Yeah, being a hater. So he's he hates Florida. So I'm guessing it's like, if you hate it, then why are you here? You don't have to be here. You can go to California. So I think he did spend a lot of his time out in California for the Supercross season.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, after the whole incident with Muskin,
Marvin,
he kind of like separated from the whole Florida crowd, and
they separated him too. Okay, so he just hates Florida because of Marvin. Marvin's in Florida.
Good job, Marvin. Thanks.
Well, he beat him out for the championship. So I mean, that's all right. Oh, dude, you know what? Speaking of the championship, Plessinger is getting all the love, but Osborne ain't getting anything. Like, I know he's already won and stuff, and everyone's just like, oh, he already won. He didn't cry this year and stuff. And he didn't make a big deal about it. But yeah, it seems like Plessinger is definitely getting all the love.
I'm sure all the people are saying that, oh, he didn't cry this year, so we're going to give all the love to...
Wow, he didn't even cry this year. I'm not putting him in the magazine.
Exactly.
Plessinger proposed to his girl. That's
right. And got her pregnant, too.
Oh, whoa. That night?
Probably, again. Put another kid in there. She's going to have 9 months. She's going to have one, and then the other.
Oh, yeah.
3 months after that.
Oh, yeah. You know it was going down in Vegas. Ryan Hughes posted that he stayed at the Hard Rock, and the freaking roofs there in the suites have the mirror roofs, mirror ceilings. He's like, whoa, this is weird. So, yeah.
I did see that.
You know it was going down. There was a lot of freaky stuff, but hey,
sure.
What happens in Vegas, winds up on someone's Instagram. That's what happened.
Yeah, we saw Pro trying to get away from him.
Dude, there's a rider. I'm not gonna say his name, but there's someone who's still there, just like living it up at the pool parties and still out there by the pool. Actually, there might be a couple people. That's not a bad move. I mean, if I was doing it, that's why I'd still be there, just chilling it up.
What?
Oh, is he still there too?
What are you talking about then?
I was talking about someone else. I don't think he's still there. But you know what? I saw something about him doing like a MX school in Dubai. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Dude, that's insane.
Got those on my track.
Super rich people there. And
from Lakeland to Dubai. See?
It probably, dude, that's a hell of a, like, is he going to take his bike, or is he going to rent a bike over there, or is he not even going to have a bike? He's just going to stand there?
I'm sure he's just going to stand there. He's just going to be like, yo.
Dang, that's a pretty big, like, thing, Yeah,
so going back to the Arenacross thing, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Here's, like, some of the teams, like, we have the Tim Babbitts, the Monster Energy Kawasaki, who have Gavin Faith and Jacob Hayes, who are some of the top riders over there. We had the Rockport Fussgate, Tylube Honda. You have Chris Bloss, who he tried to race a couple of the Supercross, and he got smoked.
Dude, he got jacked up that last race where he had to like bail on the bike.
Yeah, that was
nasty.
He got lucky though, super lucky.
Such a nasty crash.
Yeah,
he downsided the jump, so he got lucky. His bike didn't.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams, man. A lot of Team Faith, Fly Racing, Atlas, Pirelli, MX Tech, KTM. It's pretty much all their sponsors. That's the name of the team.
Yeah, no, there was definitely a lot of people doing that Arenacross stuff. A lot of people. It's popular. So, yeah, it's a big... Yeah, it sucks that it's gone. I wish they would have just, like, done a better job with it, They could have...
Well, they only did 12 rounds, so I think doing 8, that's not bad at all for the road to... Or, amateurs of Supercross, Futures, whatever it's going to be called. So that's not bad. And then if these guys move to... Like we said, or, to the 250 class, they're going to have 9 rounds. So that's not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad, but it is a big change, and it does suck because...
Oh, for sure. You're going to go from winning championships, Arenacross championships, to being lapped.
To, like, trying to make the main. Like,
exactly.
Trying to make the night show.
And that's what I feel like is going to suck for the guys, the weekend warriors, that just trying to go out there and make it. So I don't know. We'll see what's going to bring to the table. But in other news, we have the Geico Motorsports Honda people, or the Geico Honda team, I should say, which is the factory Honda 250 ride. Yeah, they cut their contract with Alias and Mex after 5.5 years, man. Their partnership with them.
Yeah, you don't really see too much Alias gear, You haven't really seen it as much. as he did a couple years ago.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't really know the reason behind it. I understand they said they're not closing their doors. They're just
closing the doors.
yeah, exactly. They're just cutting their contract with the Geico team. I wonder, who's gonna take over that. I know there was a couple of speculations about Shift maybe taking over, which would be cool. Shift is kind of making a comeback with some great gear and some badass shit. So I don't know. We'll see what Christian Craig's gonna be rocking next year.
He's got to stay on 450s.
He is. No, he is.
Oh, okay.
But he was still rocking the Alias with the 450.
Yeah, that's true because he was riding the HRC Honda, but he at the same time he was like still doing all his Geico stuff.
Yeah, he was doing the Kevin Windham move.
Kevin Windham. Yeah, I'm excited to see all the changes, even from like Supercross to Motocross, like who's switching teams and who's doing this and that.
Yeah, so I got the 450 class over here, for the upcoming Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship.
Okay.
So yeah, it's gonna be. I only got the 450 though.
That's cool.
So with the Honda HRC people, we have Ken Roxon.
Yep.
And Cole Seeley. So
really?
No Christian Craig there.
Well, Cole Seeley, is he going to be good to go by round 1 next week? I don't think so.
I'm not sure, but I know his contract is up at the end of this year. Roxon, he signed a 3-year contract in 2017, so his contract's good through next year. So he's still got another year with the Honda people. The Rockstar Energy Husqvarna's got your brand new champion who just signed a 4-year extension with them.
Yeah.
And then Dean Wilson, who is also his contract will be up at the end of the year. So those two teams are pretty much staying the same. I wonder what's going to happen with Christian Craig.
Yeah.
So
I was going to say Anderson did not have the greatest motocross season last year. He finished 10th points. There's a bunch of rounds he didn't even race. He didn't finish. Just not the greatest year. So you think he could win the championship and beat?
I don't think about winning the championship on the motocross, man. It's there's a lot more competition when it comes to motocross. There's a lot more time. You have to. I don't know. It's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be a really good season. Zach Osborne is gonna move up to the 450 class, but in 2019. So Zach Osborne will finish the year with the 250 class.
Oh yeah, might as well just clean up. Might as well.
Red Bull KTM. It's gonna have Marvin Muskin, who signed a deal for a couple of years at the beginning of the season until 2019. So he'll be with them. And then they have Brock Tickle listed over here, but he's suspended right now for the whole anti-doping test. So
yeah, how long is he going to be out for?
I don't know. I mean, there were speculations on him talking. They were talking about a 4-year thing since the people that did the drug tests, they do the whole Olympic thing, so they do their minimum penalty is a 4-year penalty. So his contract is also done at the end of the year.
Yeah, I saw he posted he was like out practicing and helped one of the like down riders up during practice, and everyone's
I saw that. That was pretty cool. I mean, at least he's staying on the track. I wonder if people see him. I don't know. It's gotta be a weird feeling, right? When you go to the track and people are like, "Oh, that's Brock Tickle." Oh,
I was trying to think. I was like, "What's
who got suspended?"
I'm like, "What's he practicing for? Is he training for something?" Like,
he's not gonna race Canada, bro.
Yeah, dude. Underground, the black world of racing. That's where it's at. Where you show up at midnight, you throw all your cash down, you race some people.
You do like just like sprint races. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's cool. I'd like to get into that.
Well, there might be something there. Rocky Mountain ATV MC KTM. Blake Baggett was still with them, and I feel they just signed his new 3-year contract with them right before the season was over, and I think that was the smartest thing they can do. Baggett is an excellent rider for the outdoors, and I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to the table. The other rider for them is going to be Benny Bloss, whose contract is also done by the end of the year.
Yeah, he was the rookie of the year. I saw him and Chase Sexton were the Supercross rookies of the year.
Yeah, 250 and the 450 class. That's right.
Yeah, that's cool.
The Auto Trader Yoshimura Suzuki is gonna have Bogle, whose contract is up at the end of the year. Weston Pike, whose also contract will be done at the end of this year. Malcolm Stewart, who was a fill-in rider, ended up getting a full-time gig with the Supercross people.
Yeah, I think they brought him in at week 3. That was messed up. He went those first 2 rounds without having a ride. So does he have a ride for motocross?
He didn't even ride. No, it looks like he's not gonna have a ride for motocross.
What the hell? That sucks.
Yeah. His fill-in role is done after Monster Energy Supercross. Also Justin Hill, who we've been looking forward for him to moving up to the Supercross or for the 450s.
Yeah.
He signed a 2-year contract with his team, but he will not be moving for 450 until 2019.
What?
I know.
So he's doing 250s again?
So he's doing 250s for the outdoors. Yep.
And Supercross next year, or no?
He's doing Supercross and the 450 class.
Okay, well, dude, he sucks on that 250. I don't know what it was this year. Everyone was we were trying to figure it out all year. It's like, oh, maybe next week, maybe then he'll come out and have one good race.
It's just hard, man. It's hard to transition with that number 1 plate,
Yeah, but then he moved to the 450 in Tampa and stuff and had the fastest lap time in practice or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's definitely way better on that 450. So if I was his manager, I'd be like, yo, get on the 450. But I mean, we'll have to see how. I know we're only a week away from this weekend, so
That's right. We're only a week away. For the Monster Energy Kawasaki team, it's gonna be Eli Tomac, your defending champ.
Yeah.
And who also agreed for a multi-year extension, who is probably gonna run to 2019. There's not really anything here. And then Josh Grant is gonna be your second rider there.
So he's back to riding after his I think he broke his leg.
Yeah, whose deal is up at the end of the season too. So there's a lot of contracts are gonna be done, and with this whole Arenacross coming in, man, I don't know.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, Tomac dominated motocross last year. Muscan, and then Baggett finished 3rd in the points, and Bogle was 6th. Pike, who we just talked about, was 8th. Cooper Webb was 7th. Any word on him? Is he?
Monster Energy Factory Yamaha. Cooper Webb, whose deal is up at the end of the year, will be riding with them. And then Barsha, who was a fill-in rider, ended up getting that full contract. He's good till 2018. So at the end of the year, his contract will probably be up too. But I'm sure they're bringing him back. So
nice, yeah, yeah. We were saying at the beginning of the Supercross season, Malcolm and Barsha didn't have rides. It's like, whoa.
Right.
I'd start a team just to have them two on it,
We did say that. The MXSX podcast team, which is also our Instagram. Make sure you guys check us out.
That's right. Follow us on the Insta.
And then last but not least, the Smart Top Bullfrog Spas Motor Concepts Honda, who just signed a 2-year extension with Justin Brayton, who we just talked about it.
Yeah.
A couple of podcasts ago. He will be riding with them. Jake Weimer, who just got hurt. I don't know what's going to happen with him, but his deal will be done at the end of this season. And then Freezy, whose deal is also done at the end of 2018. So,
dude, they should definitely have a spa at each race. They should have a spa set up
on the rig, like in the top.
Yeah, at the top, or just in the pits or whatever. Maybe even
I'm with you.
One for the riders, and then you can bring one for fans, and then That'd be cool if they just show up with their swimsuits, everyone jumps in, and it's a party, instant party.
Nasty as fuck though.
Yeah, and plus, in the summer too, you don't really need a hot tub. It'd be good for Supercross, that Minneapolis race.
Oh yeah.
In the pits, snow coming down, being in the hot tub. That's a good time there.
Yeah, it doesn't really beat it.
But yeah, speaking of good times, I'm about to have a good time today and for the rest of this week. We did tease that little Supercross by the numbers episode, and I started my research, and it's definitely a lot of research, so I did not finish it yet.
Yeah, we do have a couple of numbers down that we did off the air.
Yes, there's a couple things, but we'll bring all that in one episode. We'll try and get to it before motocross starts up next week. But as always, we just want to thank you guys for listening in. We're excited for a good motocross season. Our first time doing this show with motocross, so we'll have to see how that goes. Hopefully it goes good.
Yeah, it goes as well as we did with the Supercross. So
yeah, it might start off a little rough, but till we figure out how we're gonna format and talk about everything. But anytime if you guys want to hit us up, you can email us at mxssxpodcast@gmail.com or hit us up on Instagram. Follow us on there. We are almost at 5,000, not almost, but we want to be at 5,000 followers soon, so keep telling your friends, go like our videos, you can share them, repost them, whatevs. Whatevs, man, whatevs. Is there anything else you want to add to this?
No, man, just have a really good time down there, so have safe travels, and thanks everyone for listening.
Oh yeah. So that'll do it. We will see you next time. Peace.